Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since I have sat down and filmed a YouTube video. So I am going to sit down, chat, do my makeup. The makeup I'm going to do is actually the makeup that I wore to the event the other day. So I attended the Bperfect and Ellie Kelly launch. I actually still can't believe that I was even invited to that. Like I can't even come to terms with it. Like when I sat at the table and looked at it, there was little name tags across the table. So first of all, when I got there, I was like, where am I going to sit? I can't just plant myself down next to someone that doesn't even know who I am. So when I saw the name tags, I thought, okay, that is actually a weight lifted off my shoulders. And then I literally saw who was invited and I actually wanted to start crying. I was like, I can't cry, it's not my event. Like, I don't have the right to cry right now. But I was watching people walk in that I follow on Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, like this, all the hard work I've done so far has brought me to literally sitting at that table with those people, and it just made me feel like so proud of myself, because I always doubt myself. It's literally why I've been so like inactive on Instagram, like a lot more inactive than I usually would be, and especially on YouTube. I was honestly thinking, like, is this really what I want to do? And then to be invited to something like that was honestly the kick up the hole that I needed. And since going to that event now, like, being surrounded by people that work so hard has literally just made me think, okay, Chloe, sit down now and get your act together, do your YouTube videos, your Instagram videos, and just keep doing what I'm doing. And so that is what I'm doing, and that's why I've sat down now and started filming this YouTube video. But the makeup I'm going to do is the makeup for that event. It lasted so long. I did it in the car. So we left from Limerick to Belfast. It usually takes about 6 hours to Belfast. It only took 4, which isn't too bad, like, considering it's one side of the country to the other. But I did my makeup in the car. I stuck my nails on the car. They're actually still stuck on. These are penny stick-on nails. They're so nice. I actually might just start buying a few packs of these and just sticking them on, because these are on since Saturday. It's only Monday, but I mean, any of them would pop off by now, and they haven't. So very happy about that. When I was planning my outfit, I was thinking, okay, what will I do with my hair? And I was like, do I shower? Because it was like that third day hair where it would actually really cooperate if I wanted to do something sleek. And I was like, do I want it to be sleek, or do I want it to be like bouncy kind of curls? And then myself, my sister and my mum saw Shanice. So if anyone remembers Shanice from Love Island, we literally saw this photo and we thought, okay, yeah, that is the vibe we're going for. Now, I didn't actually go as dark on my eyes, but this like neutral glam with slick back hair was who I had in mind. So that is, she was my inspiration for the whole night. I feel like we need to get straight into the makeup video now, because I could sit here, ramble and talk all day, and I'm completely defeating the purpose of the chatty get ready with me. So I need to start my makeup. And yeah, let's get straight into it and transform this face of mine. Okay, if you can hear the rain, I honestly can't do anything about the rain. I can't stop the rain, so it's just going to be pelting down. If you can hear it, maybe it might relax you. I know the sound of rain relaxes some people. It doesn't relax me at all. I hate the sound of rain. Like, waking up this morning now, the rain was pelting on my window and I was like, no, I don't like it. I'd rather now if the sun was like beaming through my blinds, but no, of course not. So I have my makeup here in a brown Thomas bag, because this is literally how I brought it with me. Like, this is how it came in the car, and I just had everything out on the seat. Like, if you saw me in the back of the car, I couldn't even see. The back windows are tinted, and we had like clothes hanging up, and I honestly, my plan was to do like this nice like cut crease and like a nice liner. No, I had the shakiest hand ever in the car, so that just went straight out the window. So I'm going to do my makeup, we're going to sit down and chat, and I'm also going to run through the actual collection. So I have it in the background here. It's the Born Ready collection. I'll run through it. We got the PR box at the event, and I'll just show you the products, because the products are fab. So let's just get straight into the makeup. I know I said that like 100 times, but we genuinely are going to get into the makeup now. First, for skin, I use the new MAC Mattifying Primer. This is like the best thing ever. So this was my first time trying it as well. I know when I put on makeup, my face gets a small bit oily, just like in my T-zone. Not too much, but when I don't have like anywhere to top up, I just want to be in and out of the bathroom topping up or checking my face. I just want it to look good in photos, like for the whole day. This literally saved my life. Like, this is so good. Anyone that hasn't tried it yet, definitely get in and try it. So I went into MAC in Limerick the day before this event, and I was saying to the girls there, because I used to work with the girls, I was like, I have an event tomorrow, like, do I go? Kept talking myself out of it, and they were like, Chloe, you have to go. So I did like a little makeup top up, and Lauren inside of MAC in Limerick, anyone that literally lives in Limerick and has visited the Mac counter, you know Lauren is just going to sell you whatever the hell she wants. I bought this and it literally saved my life at the event. It's so nice. It has like that kind of tacky feel to it, so I knew straight away my foundation was going to stay on all day. It felt so good. It kept down the shininess into my face, but it kept that like overall glow. I don't even know how to explain it, but this could be my new favourite primer. I'm going to put it on all of my clients. Whether you're dry or oily, it really does work. And I just can't wait for you to try it. You really do need to go in and try it. So I just applied this to my face, so my cheeks, my forehead and my chin. You don't need an awful lot, but it is really moisturising. And I just make sure that I focus it where I need it. So obviously I went doing a lot of skincare that morning, loads of moisturiser just to hydrate my skin, and then I just applied this where I need it. So definitely remember to hydrate your skin. So putting on a really good like thick moisturiser before primer, and especially before a mattifying primer like this, is going to really help to just make sure your skin doesn't flake or get too dry. This is mattifying, it really is hydrating on the skin as well. It doesn't feel dry at all, and as you can see it just took down any of the excess oil on my skin, but I still have a nice natural glow, so I actually do really love this. So next I used the Inglot Illuminator. This is in the shade Bronze Glow 66. This is so fab, and it literally gave like the outer parts of my face the nicest glow ever. So I just apply this on the back of my hand and apply it with the Inglot 203 brush. This is a really nice brush. It's a very versatile brush as well. I use it for a few things on the day. And I also applied this on my chest. Now I don't have a very low top on now, but this all over the body is so fab. If you could see from one of my photos on Instagram, you can see literally the glow on my chest when the sun hit. It looked so good. So yeah, before the event when I got the invite, so I got the invite, honestly I think it was like less than 48 hours before the event was even on, and I was like, oh my god, like it's so far away. I wanted to go so bad, but I was actually talking myself out of it. So every excuse I could think of, I was like, oh no, like I was like, no ma'am, like thank God I literally have like my mum, my sister and my friends to say, Chloe, cop on, you need to go. Because if anyone at all said, okay, yeah, don't, like you're right, I wouldn't have went, and I wouldn't have even known what I had missed. Like the whole atmosphere, everyone, the people I met, it honestly has benefited me already. Like the people I've met, the contacts I have now is just insane. Like these are people that I never knew I'd meet in person. Like it's all good like to talk to people on Instagram and like online, but to have met them in person and to genuinely know what they're like, and for them to know what you're like in person is so good. It literally is like down to you, and like I literally cannot thank you enough for all the support, because I wouldn't have literally been at that table with those people if it wasn't for you. So thank you. So I have sprayed the All Nighter Urban Decay spray on my beauty blender. Beauty blender is actually from LA Girl. It's a bit dirty, but it's really good. Like it's like so spongy. I love that. I started spraying the sponge with the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I just put this all over my skin. It just makes sure that first of all, it's going to be so glowy underneath. Like that gives the nicest glow ever to my skin. And then I know that when I put the foundation on top, it's going to like stick to my skin. So I know that the All Nighter is now going to keep my skincare and my primer's on, and then anything I put on top, it's just going to make it stick down to my skin. I don't know if that's just me or if it's in my head, but I feel like it definitely hasn't working for me recently, and it's keeping my skin really hydrated. So that is what I just sit there. The glow is so good. Before I go my foundation, I've actually just been using the Refi Brow Sculpt in my brows. I do this before foundation because if you put on too much, it can actually get kind of white and leave like a residue on the skin. So I'll make sure to do it before and then wipe it away. Wipe away any of the residue that is on my skin, because there is nothing worse than when you do your brows at the end and when you put this in, it actually gets full of foundation. I find that when I use it after I put on my foundation, it just gets like too messy. So doing it before I put on anything on my face, just make sure they're set down, and when I go to fill them in, then it will take away all the foundation and stuff that is on them. So brows are sculpted, as you can see, and I just let that set while I do my face, and I'll come back to brows when I start my eyes. So for foundation on the day, I used the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Stromboli, and I mixed that with the Sculpted Tint and Glow in the shade 5.0. So I love the coverage and the finish of the NARS foundation, and obviously the colour, and I love the dewiness and the natural kind of glow that the Sculpted gives. So I did a little combination, little cocktail of foundations, and it looked so good on the night. And it actually matched my neck perfectly. Like, I was doing my makeup in the car, I couldn't say anything, and I was like, okay, when I get out now I'm going to have to like bronze up my chest. My face and my neck looked perfect. Never ever in my life have I got that match before. And I have no tan on, so this is actually my natural glow from the holidays that I've just been on in Portugal. So very, very lucky with that. I applied my foundation with a brush first, so I'm using the Inglot 201 brush. It literally gets everything on your face immediately. Like, that brush is so, so big. And then after I apply with the brush, I just go over everything with the Beauty Blender, and because it's sprayed with the all-nighter, it's just going to sink everything to the face. It looks so, so good. So I'm gonna apply this and chat away again. So when I got to the event, I was actually the very, very first person there. I was like an eager beaver. They knew I was traveling up. I didn't want to be the last person in there either. So like, I wanted to be there when people arrived so that I can see people arrive, because like, if I walk into a group of people, they're gonna be like, who is she? Like, who is she struggling in front of everyone? So I was there first, and I met Hannah from the Bperfect team. And she is the nicest person ever. Like, she is just so, so nice. And even the staff in the Merchant Hotel in Belfast are the nicest people ever. And I met some really, really nice people. Like, I've never met Hannah before, and Hannah is who would be over like the Bperfect Instagram, and I would always chat to her. But now to like put a face to the name is just so nice. It was so nice to see everyone. So it was just me and Hannah for a while. She showed me the collection. And we had some Prosecco. I'm not even joking, the Prosecco at that place was unbelievable. It was going down like water. I'm not someone that really likes the taste of Prosecco. I usually get like that kind of face when I drink it. But I drank it and I was like, oh my god, this is like the nicest thing I think I've ever tasted in my life. And I went up to the guy that was serving it, and I was like, what is this Prosecco? Because this tastes so good and I want this to be my drink. And he said, this Prosecco is actually only made and sold in this hotel. I thought, of course it is. It was a 5-star hotel. Honestly, the nicest thing ever. Like, anyone in Limerick that thinks the Adair Manor is unbelievable, if you see this hotel stamps all over the Adair Manor. I'm not even joking. Like, it was the most fanciest, glamorous afternoon tea I've ever been to in my whole entire life. And it was just such a nice hotel, such nice staff, as I said. Drinks were unbelievable. The food was so good. We got like little sandwiches. It was a boozy afternoon tea, so they came around asking people did they want tea, and I was like, do I take the tea? Because I want the tea so bad. But I had so much Prosecco with me, I was like, no, I can't go from drinking all this Prosecco to now wanting a cup of tea. Before I start rambling again, let's move on to concealer. So I picked up the NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard when I went into MAC that time. I literally saw the NARS counter and I was like, okay, I need to get that concealer because I see so many people use it. I used to have it ages ago and I just stopped using it, but I'm so happy that I topped up again. So I just applied this concealer to like the high points of my face, so my chin, and I also just applied onto any of the areas I need a bit of extra coverage, and just underneath my eyes and just along the outer parts of the eyes, just to kind of lift it a bit, and just on my forehead and my nose. I was like sitting down and I was like, okay, who is next to me? Like, who's on this side? Who's on this side? Right next to me was Rachel Nugent, which is a girl that I literally started following like a few weeks ago on Instagram. And there we were, like, we got to meet each other, and I was like, oh my god, like, I didn't know she was coming. She didn't know I was coming. She had saw on my story, she had seen on my story, but it was so nice to like just meet people like that in person, especially since the whole COVID thing. Like, Joe, it was really, really nice to just go to an event. And Brendan came in and he was sat there, and then Kaylee, and then Erin McGregor was down the end, and Aideen was across the table, and then Ellie's mother and father were across from me. And it was just, when I got in and saw the names, I was like, oh my god, like, I thought, okay, they're going to invite someone like me and we're going to be like down the end of the table. Do you know, like, they're going to have the important people up the top. and us down the end, which is such a stupid way to think, but that is literally what I thought. So when I saw myself literally in the middle of the table, I was like, what? I literally only have foundation and concealer on, like this isn't okay. I am going to use the Cash Beauty bronze stick, so I'm just using this on my cheekbone, my temple, my forehead, my jaw, my chin and my nose. I'm using a sculpting brush from Real Techniques and I'm just going to bounce this product into the skin. See how well this Cash Beauty stick blends out? And it's such a nice colour. It's not too cool and it's not too warm either. It's honestly just perfect. I love it so much. It's so fab. If you haven't tried the Cash Beauty sticks, definitely get your hands on them. This is the shade Shady Beach and it's honestly perfect. So next I moved on to cream blush. So I used a lot of creams. Every single powder I've put on, I've used a cream for it. Because I know literally from just trial and error that layering of products lasts a lot better on my skin than just putting on powders. When I just put powders over foundation, the foundation just eats it up and the colour does not last on my skin. So I make sure to layer up with cream. So anyone that feels like their blush or their bronzer or anything isn't lasting on their face and you feel like you're putting on a lot, start with creams and then build up to your powders. So then when you put on your cream, your powder is just setting that down and you're not relying on the powder for the colour payoff, if you get me, if that makes any sense. So for a cream blush, I actually mixed these two. So this is the MAC Cheer Up Glow Play Blush. This is so fab. I went and got this when I went and got the primer from Lauren. So Lauren was like, look at this cream brush, Chloe, and I was like, okay, show me it. And then she applied it to my skin and it looked so good. So anyone that is in Limerick, definitely go in and do like a little colour play and a little product play with Lauren. They're actually so good and so nice in there. And I loved this, so I picked it up. And I mixed this with the Malaya Refi, I think it's Malaya Refi Cream Blush. I just applied this to the apples of my cheeks and up towards my temple. And I just applied the Malaya one on top. So back to the event. Everyone had arrived. Ellie took a bit of a while, but we don't blame her. She actually headed to the Bperfect store before she came to us because that is where obviously the products were launching. I actually haven't visited that store yet and I really need to. I was actually closed at 6 and we got out of the hotel at like 5:30, so there was no point in making our way up. But Ellie arrived and she just looked so happy. Of course, like she was literally saying her speech, she started crying. I was like, I actually want to start crying with you because I know, well, I don't know yet, but I can almost imagine how hard and like how much work she put into everything. So it was just so nice to see obviously someone like Ellie, who is like so normal and literally doing exactly what we're doing, achieve something like that, because it makes me believe in myself and it makes me realize like what you can achieve in the line of work that we're doing. So it was honestly just like motivation, like the whole day literally just motivated me to keep going and just keep doing what I'm doing and don't get too like overwhelmed by it all. But yeah, no, it was so fun. The day was so fun. So I am just going ahead now and setting down my face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in shade 2. I don't use a whole lot of powder because I'm actually relying on that mattifying primer, and I feel like I definitely don't need a lot of powder because I do like the glow that my skin has. But I'm just putting this where I put concealer so it doesn't crease. So I'm not really using the powder to get rid of shine. I'm using it to just make sure that I don't have creases underneath my eyes or like around my mouth, because I knew for a fact if there was going to be Prosecco that I'm going to be rambling to every single person that I'd pass. So I was just going to make sure I wasn't getting any laugh lines and any marks on my face, because I pull some expressions when I'm talking, especially when I have a bit of alcohol in me. So that is what I did. That's literally it. Don't give me any more powder. I'm relying on my bronzer and my blush now to set down the rest of my face. So that is the only place I would put a bit of powder. So for bronzer, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Powder in the shade Dark Tan. I love the shade so much. So this is going to add a bit of a bronze kind of look and sculpted look to my face without going too harsh with like a contour. And then for blush, I'm using MAC Just a Pinch Extra Dimension Blush. As you can see, I'm obsessed because I've actually hit pan. I need a new one. And then on top, I applied a small bit of the MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter. So those are the products I'm going to be diving into right now, and we can chat a bit more. So since the actual event, I've chatted to so many people that have been there. It's only been 2 days, and I feel like the event has actually changed my life. Like, it has actually given me a different view on, first of all, the whole job, and it's given me contacts that I can now talk to and I know will take me somewhere. An event like this is honestly like a marketing opportunity, because I got to talk to people that I would have never got to talk to if I wasn't there. This was an opportunity I needed to literally grab and get my name and my face out to anyone I possibly could have that day. So since the event, I'm actually going to be in Shaw's. I got the invite while I was up at the Bperfect event. But Ellie's actually going to be in Shaw's on Thursday. I don't know if that's been announced yet, so I'm like, should I be announcing this? But anyone that's watching my YouTube video, I just gave you a little insight on the fact that Ellie and Bperfect are going to be in Shaw's on Thursday at, I think it's 6 o'clock. And you can buy tickets to go to her masterclass using the whole collection. So that is going to be so fun. I got invited there, so I will be there myself. I think Sinead will be hosting the whole event, so it's nice just have the Limerick girls there supporting each other. So that will be happening on Thursday, and on Wednesday, so the day before that, I have my days completely mixed up, I'm actually in Dublin. So I'm in Dublin at a Rimmel event. So this is like my second event in what, like 5 days? That's so good. Like, I'm so proud. So another event with Rimmel. They're launching their new mascara. Mascaras from Rimmel are actually unbelievable. But they are launching their mascara, so they're having a like event, and Bonnie Ryan will be there. I'm not sure who else will be there. And that was what I was like when it came to this Bperfect event. I was like, who's going to be there? Like, I obviously knew Ellie was going to be there because it's her launch, but I was like, who else is going to be there? Like, I was like, oh my god. Now Mitchell and Stacey, I think, were supposed to come and they just couldn't get over. But like, that's what I'm thinking now with the Rimmel event. I'm like, who's going to be there? Like, what way am I supposed to be looking? What way do I dress? Oh my god, when it comes to actually speaking of what I wear. So when I was trying to pick out what to wear to the Bperfect thing, you should have seen me the night before. I was like, okay, like, I've decided now that I want to go, so what the fuck do I wear? I was there and I was like, yeah, after buying like this big black blazer. Lovely. I bought a big black blazer in Zara. I bought like these cute little kitten heel, like purple heels. And I was like, what do I wear? I was like, will I wear black? And I thought, no, I don't want to wear all black, because we're still in that like summery, like just going into autumn kind of phase. So I didn't want to be too wintry. What I actually had on was this red sparkly jumpsuit that I actually wore to my 20th birthday, I think. And I didn't wear it to anything else, and it actually cost a lot of money. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make use out of this now. But when I put it on with the black blazer, it looked so good. So it's definitely like a possible event outfit, but closer to Christmas, because I felt so Christmassy, and I was like, it's not even Halloween yet, and I felt so Christmassy. So I was like, okay, I'll just wear this. And then I was sending it to like photos to the girls, and everyone was like, that's so nice. And I was like, but don't I look very Christmassy? And then one of the girls were like, have you thought of the colours of the actual packaging? And I was like, shit, obviously that is what everyone's going to go off. So the colour of the packaging is like nudes and neutral colours, which is literally Ellie. Like, the whole packaging is literally Ellie. And I was like, oh my god, imagine I went to an event where first of all I'm actually like shitting bricks, and then I go there in a big red sparkly jumpsuit. I would have actually dropped out if everyone was there in neutral colours and I was there in a sparkly red jumpsuit. Imagine. Who do I think I am? Like, I was sitting there and I was like, imagine. And I was actually sitting at the table the next day and I was like, I could have been sitting here in a red sparkly jumpsuit and everyone around me was wearing white and baby pink and black, and I was actually like, thank God Ali said that, because if she didn't I would have actually rocked up in that and I would have been dying on the floor. I would have actually regretted the whole day. So brows are complete. I swear my eyebrows get bigger and bigger every time I fill them in. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but the Refi Brow Sculpting Pencil are unbelievable. They're so good. So they are the brows all complete. Now time to move on to eyes. Now I use, of course, the Cash Beauty Secret Treasure palette. This is my favourite palette ever. This is what I use on all my clients and literally myself every single time I do makeup, and I haven't hit pan in any of those shades yet, which is so good. Like, so that just shows you how deep the pans are on the palette. You definitely need to get your hands on this palette. If you're someone that loves like a neutral kind of look, this palette is literally going to save the day. So I'm not joking, lads, when I say I had no eyeshadow brushes. So I packed my makeup the morning before we left, did my hair, packed my makeup brushes, my makeup. I was like, oh, sorted. Got into the car, about to start my eyes first, and I literally opened the packet of my brushes. These are the brushes I had. All face brushes. No eyeshadow brushes at all to be seen. There's actually, I had one concealer brush, which I will actually try find for you now. So I had this concealer brush, which I managed to get a base colour on. So I actually used like these brown shades here with this concealer brush. It's the most tapered brush ever. I don't know how I didn't look like I had a black eye. And then two of my mom's brushes. So the first one was this brush. So I was like, okay, by the looks of it, I'm doing some sort of dark smoky eye with a bit of shimmer. I'm gonna have to use my finger light to get the shimmer on. My whole eyeshadow plan went straight out the window. And another brush I don't have with me, but it basically looked like just a flat topped, just a flat brush, and then the other end of it was almost like this pencil brush, and that was all I had. So I was like, shit, okay. But now that I have all of my eyeshadow brushes on front of me, I will actually do a proper eye look. I will still do what I did, but I'll just have proper twos and it won't take as long. So the first shade I used was the shade Burnt, and I just applied it straight through my crease. And then I go in with this shade Tomb and just applied that a bit lower. So that is what I'm about to do now. The Cash Beauty products are honestly so good. I was literally talking to Kaylee at the event and I was like, Kaylee, I'm literally wearing every single Cash Beauty product you've ever launched. And she was weak laughing. Like, she was like, well, the Cash Beauty stuff are actually in the Bperfect store. So it was very relevant, even though I was like, oh my god, I'm not wearing any Bperfect makeup. They still sell it in the store, so I felt like I was. But no, I actually love them. Kaylee actually just launched a new collection. It's the Modern Legacy collection. It looks so nice, and I can't wait to try it. But in the meantime, Secret Treasure palette, I can't put it down. Like, I can't ever imagine someone bringing out a palette that I love more than I love this one. This is honestly the best eyeshadow palette I've ever purchased in my whole entire life, first of all. And then I got sent out PR and I got the palette again, so now I have two. So now I'm not afraid to like dig into the shades. And they're so good. I really hope she doesn't ever discontinue these. Kaylee, if you're watching, don't ever discontinue this palette, because I actually might crawl onto the floor and just curl up. And when I managed to get just these shades on my eyes, I then went in with the darker shade Wreck, and I actually just blended this all along the lash line with that little pencil brush. But for now, seeing as we have all our shades, I'm actually going to darken up the lid, because I actually did do that. Just use my finger, just using a flat top brush, using the shade Tomb and the shade Wreck mixed together, and darkening up that lid, and then it'll be time for a bit of shimmer. So I've got a lot of messages recently asking when I'm going to bring out new YouTube videos, and I've just been putting them off, and I feel so bad for like literally putting off YouTube videos, because this is actually originally what I wanted to do. It wasn't Instagram, it was actually to film YouTube videos. So there will definitely be a lot more. I just want you in the comments right now to let me know what you want to see next. Like, do you like these sit down chatty videos? This video is going to be so long. I know it's going to be so long. But do you like that? Like, I know myself personally, when I want to watch a YouTube video, I want a long YouTube video. So like, I love vlogs, I love sit down chatty, get ready with me like this, because I love watching someone do their makeup. But when it's just like music playing on top, it gets boring. So when I'm listening to literally like a life update, I love that. So this is my ideal type of video. So if it's yours as well, like, I can do these whenever. Like, I can sit down, do makeup and chat. So like, I love doing that. So if this is something that you're interested in and you want to see more of these, then I will be ready to do them. And I am hoping to get one YouTube video up every single week. We'll start small. I mean, it's taken a while for me to even sit down and just film this one. But I feel like now I just have like a purpose. Like, I don't even know why I've been doubting myself like so much. But just going to that event now and having the Rimble event on the way is like, it's almost just like that kick that I needed. So I just went ahead and applied these two shimmery shades to my lid. There's a champagne colour and a gold. I mixed them together and just applied them on my lid. As you can see, the colour pay off and the pigment is unbelievable. But to bring it even further, on top of that, I actually applied these liquid toppers. So these are so fab. So again, it's Cash Beauty, of course, and this is the shade Rose Glow. So what I did was I applied it straight from the applicator onto my lid. Almost did like a really soft cut crease. I don't like cut creases anymore. I don't know why. It just doesn't suit my eyes. So when I do want like the effect of it, but I don't want it to be as harsh, I love going in with like a liquid applicator like this. And I just applied this all over the inner corner up to my crease, and I just blended it out like that. If you can see what I just did there, and I just go in with the brush that we use to apply the glitter, just to get rid of the harsh lines on the outside, because as I said, that harsh cut crease look I'm not too keen about anymore. But it just literally intensified the eyelid and it looked so good. So because again I didn't have that many brushes to like deepen up my like lash line, I actually used Feline pencil from MAC. You can see here, it's just a really black pencil. I know some pencils you can get actually aren't that black. This is so good. So I just dragged this along the lash line, like on the outer part of my eye, and brought it just out to just past like my lashes, and then right up to my lash line, just to make sure my eyes were black. I wanted my eyes to be black. When my lashes went on, I didn't want like to be able to see the skin. I almost just brought it out into that little wing, and then I just took that pencil brush and I blended this out. So I almost gave myself like that smoky liner look, but it just wasn't as precise. I wanted to go for like an actual like wing, but when I felt the road and how bumpy it was, I was like, there isn't a chance or hope in hell that I am going to get a wing done. I can't even do a wing like when I'm as steady as possible, so never mind when I'm in a car that is rocking like mad. So this is what I did, and I just blended this out. Nothing too dramatic, but when I put on the lashes, it kind of all like just came into one. I don't even know how to explain that, but just put on the black pencil and then just blended it out, smudged it out, and just gave it a messy little smoky wing. That is the lid done. We just did like this smoky, glittery, neutral kind of eye. And now I'm taking Costa Rica liner from MAC. I'm obsessed with this. I actually lost my pencil the other day and I ran into MAC and topped up because this is so good. I love putting black in my waterline, but sometimes, especially for this kind of look, I didn't want to go too dark. I wanted to put a brown in, so that is what I'm doing right now. You should see me in the car. I have contact lenses in, and I was trying to do this in my waterline while the car was like baiting me around, so it was really hard, but we got there in the end. So that is the eye complete. I'm going to do the other eye, put on my mascara, and then I will put on the lashes and show you the box of the lashes because they are Cash Beauty as well. And I'll be back to do my lips. So these are the eyes all complete, and the lashes. So the lashes are from Cash Beauty and they are in the shade Aurora, if you can see that there. They're so fab, they're so fluffy. I'm gonna try zoom right in. As you can see, that like messy winged liner completely covered up. You actually cannot see how messy that is. I think it is so nice, so glam. And then from here, if I feel like I need to top up my face, this is when I would do it. But to be honest, it looks really good. So now time for lips. So I filled in my lips first with Whirl from MAC, and then I went in with Cork just around the edges to deepen it up, and then I used Myth lipstick. I love this lipstick so much. So I'm going to apply these now, and again I'll be back to you because I cannot chat and do my lips at the same time. So we'll run through this and I'll be back. So these are the lips. I actually ended up keeping it matte. I did bring the brown Sephora gloss with me, but I actually just kept them matte for the day and they actually stayed on all day. And now to finish it all off, as I did on the night, I just sprayed myself with the All Nighter from Urban Decay. So this is the finished look. This is the face that I did for the event. My hair was literally like, the pattern isn't the best, but it was slicked back and I had my glowy chest, and this is what it looks like. And everyone was obsessed with the makeup, and I was actually really happy with how it turned out, especially for someone that did it in the car. But to finish off the video, I'm going to show you the whole collection. So this is the Born Ready collection that Ellie Kelly and Bperfect brought out, and this was the launch that we were literally at. So first of all, the packaging is literally Ellie. I was sitting next to Karen, her manager, and I was like, I'm sorry, if Ellie's name wasn't on that box, I would literally be like, okay, that has to be Ellie Kelly's collection. Just the neutrals and everything, and it was actually so nice to see everyone like colour coordinated to her collection. Thank God I didn't show up in that red sparkly jumpsuit. So you slide it off, and then we have the box underneath here. But this is the box, and then you lift this up, and in here we have the full collection. So Be Perfect is obviously Bperfect's motto. And then we have the little book. So these were all on the table on the night. So it's just a book of the collection, the prices and everything, and just the little photos. You can see actually in here we have Charlene and Ellie and another beautiful model next to them. But it's so cool to even just see Charlene in here as well. Like, to have one of her friends in like the shoot with her was so nice to see. So this is just a run through of the whole collection. And then in the box, so we have first of all the eyeshadow palette. It looks so fab, and then if you open it up, these are the shades. How gorgeous are these shades? I cannot wait to try these. I haven't tried them yet, so I actually can't wait. I'm going to do a reel of a look with these. You get 6 mattes and 6 shimmers. They look so good. The colours, the size of the pan, everything is just absolutely unreal. So that is the eyeshadow palette. And then we have our trio of the pigments. These look so good. I'm going to open these. So first up we have Orange Soda. So this is this like burnt orange, almost like a rose gold sort of look. It is so fab. And then we have Periwinkle. So this is like an iridescent, like a white, pink, kind of blue reflect pigment. This would be so fab over any shade at all. Rain, which is this gorgeous like champagne sort of pigment. It looks so nice. I actually can't wait to try these pigments. The Universal Lashes, these look so fab. They're actually silk lashes. They look so fluffy. They're really nice, and the packaging again is actually everything. And we have 3 different glosses in here. So the first one is the OG. This is called the OG, and this is a fab gold gloss. This looks so good. And I love that it says her name across the front of it as well, like so cute. And then we have 1995, which is this like mauvey, really nice like autumn kind of gloss. And then lastly in the collection we have the She's Here lip gloss. And this is a fab neutral, like a nudie kind of pink colour. And this is what Ellie's literally wearing like all the time in her stories. It looks so good. And that is everything that is in the collection. So definitely get your hands on it. I feel like they're really good gift ideas as well, and really good stocking fillers. So yeah, that is it. If you're to take anything from this video at all, please just grab every single opportunity that you can. Because if I didn't go to this event, I honestly wouldn't even be sitting here filming this YouTube video, because I'd probably still feel so bad and just be pitying myself. So I am so happy that I went. So definitely just take that, like grab every opportunity that you have coming your way, whether it's big or small, or whether you feel like you might not like it, or like I thought, oh, I'm going to go to this event, it's going to be a waste of a 4-hour drive. But I literally had like the best time ever. But if you like this video, please like and subscribe and comment down below what you want to see next. It really, really helps. You can follow my Instagram and my TikTok. It's just Koyce. And yeah, thanks so much for the support again. Honestly, like, you make me feel so happy, and you literally, like, it's all down to you as to why I have these opportunities and stuff. So that is just the best thing ever. So yeah, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.